Guess who was right? Okay, so, first things first. Turns out what happened. Guess what happened? Turns out the leaks were real. The leaks were very real. And now we have the Silver Uzi plush. It's real. The leaks were very real, and yeah. Yes, I'll stop dwelling on that. Now we have the thing that I least expected Glitch to do, which was put out new merchandise, and there wasn't really any new episodes coming out, regardless of whether or not new episodes were coming out. And yep, they sure did do that. We now have the Silver Uzi plush, the Camping Ed plush, the Camping V plush, the Nori Bag, the Vinyl Soundtrack Volume 2, the Sin Anatomy shirt, Doll Fight Back t-shirt, the Cabin Fever mug, the Murder Drones choker set. Yeah, that's what we have. And, I'm a bit mixed on this, to be honest, and all of these stuff. Like, first of all, we got a bunch of variants of, the plushies. Variants was something that I didn't think Glitch would do in a long time. Like, we did it for Meta Runner back in the day, but that felt kind of justified since they were doing multiple seasons. And they've already made plushes of the previous characters, but are still available. So they released a lot of variants of characters for the new seasons. But that made sense. Some of them were even limited edition. And it doesn't seem like Glitch really does limited editions anymore. I was kind of worried that these would be limited editions. They're not. The only thing that's limited edition is that if you buy two, you get 50% off on another. Now, for these plushes, I think the Camping N plush, and especially the Camping V plush, looking at their designs, they are kind of validated. They have completely different clothes, different facial expressions. They clearly have quite a fair bit of effort put into them, even if they are reusing a lot of the designs for previous plushes. Like, we finally brought back hand-raising N. If you didn't know, in the old version of the N plush, the one that was sold from 2021 to 2023, whenever Final Project was made, until Digital Circus came around, we have this N plush. And his right arm, or left hand, one of his arms, had some things in it that made it stick up to make it look like he was waving, and I thought that was amazing. They ditched that with the new plush, which I thought was horrendous, but now we've got them back, and now both of his hands are standing up, and I think that's kind of cool. It feels like we've kind of came full circle. Camping V plush, I especially feel like it's validated because there's a lot of new clothes on her. You can see, and there's even new stuff with her hands being replaced with the weapons, like with the sword and the blaster, which is known for never working. Every time she uses it, it does not work. Except unless you want to count the part where she sacrificed herself. I guess it kind of worked in that instance. But yeah, I can kind of see this one. If they were to bring back variants, then I guess this is a good way to do it. Silver Uzi plush, despite being the one I talked about before, looking at it, it is literally, I mean, they did not have much to go off in terms of design, but I can tell that this is literally just the regular Uzi plush with some new stuff thrown on it. There is no differences whatsoever. There's not really a real reason to get this one if you already have a regular old Uzi plush.
Her eyes glow in the dark.
Do they?
It says in the description with UV glowing eyes and teeth.
Okay. Apparently the eyes and mouth glow in the dark, but come on guys. Is that really worth another £23? If picture this, you're a broke college student, you're a big fan of murder drones, you've already got an Uzi plush. Are you really willing to shilling another £23 for a variant of an Uzi plush? No, you're not.
If you make a how to raise Silver Uzi video, that's gonna age really poorly.
If I make a how to raise a Silver Uzi plush, then that is gonna age poorly, horribly, but who cares? We got a Nori Bag. This thing is horrendously overpriced. I feel like Glitch nowadays overprices a lot of their things. Their more out there things, like this Nori Bag. Also, this thing is super impractical, unless it's like really big. Like, genuinely really big. Like, you can see that is... Okay, it's a bit bigger than I thought it would be, but it's still not that big. Like, it's £49. I can go down to Sports Direct and buy a bag, a bag which is like twice as big as that, for what, like £14?
Hang on, does it include the pins?
It doesn't include the pins.
Oh, okay, well if it included the pins, it'd be okay.
If it included the pins, then it'd be okay, but the pins are already £11 each.
Yeah. That's already overpriced as shit.
Yeah. So, yeah. For Murder Drone's vinyl record number 2, this is very cool. I always loved the artwork on all of the vinyl soundtrack covers. They're just so fantastically done, made to resemble different things. Like the previous one was made to resemble the Murder Drone's logo. This one is meant to resemble Stin's face. Excellent foreshadowing. And then, yeah, on the back, and then on the side, the inside or something, we can see a nice illustration of the supposed death. And then the track list on the back, which contains a lot of the tracks from episodes 4, 5, and 6. But it's not, interestingly enough, it's not all of them. It's just a few of them. So that's lovely. Next up, we've got this Cabin Fever mug. Now, looking at the size, I can see this is just trying to be a lot more of a sizey mug. This mug is a really damn cool mug. Like, for a mug, this is a cool mug. Like, it has like a spacey background. It has the whites on the top. It has a cool little design on the top. It's pretty neat. And it even comes with some stickers. That is pretty cool. But I mean, £19. It's pretty good. But I expect this is some pretty good quality. So, you know what? I'm fine with this. This is pretty cool. But last but not least, we have two new t-shirts. The Doll Fight Back t-shirts. Doll has notoriously been shafted in terms of merchandise. She has not got a plush. She's not got a whole lot of things. So it's kind of cool to see her get more stuff. The only real things I can think of is her figure and her Animini's figure. Yeah. And then last but not least is the Sin Anatomy t-shirt. This is pretty cool. I see that they're trying to, you know, throw a bone at those anatomy shirts and stuff. It's quite cool. It shows off, you know, the whole Sin was Tessa the whole time, which is pretty cool. You know, I don't think it's as good as the doll one, but you know, this is still pretty cool. Now, last but not least, hang on, this isn't the last thing. We've got the Murder Drone's choker set. Now, of course, these are meant to be little replicas of the ones worn by Uzi, similar to the necklace from a while ago. Yeah, they're pretty cool. Not much else to say. Now, we ask ourselves the question. Are these merchandise items completely unnecessary and do not warrant anything at all? Yes. Yes, they are. Completely. There's not really a reason for them to exist at all. They don't coincide with anything unless you count their drop on Amazon. Yeah, they don't really have a reason to exist. In my eyes, if they were gonna do merch, they should have done, like, plushes of characters that we haven't really got any merch for. Like, maybe, like... I remember I really wanted a Maid N and a Maid V back in the day. Them specifically, I feel like that would have been really neat. But I feel like they would have been cooler than the campers. But, whatever. I feel like... if they were gonna do plushes, they should have done plushes of, you know, new characters, like, ones that haven't got plushes, like, maybe even, like, original robot Sin, or Tessa, you know, the regular old Tessa in the spacesuit, Doll. I know there's a lot of demand for a Doll plush right now. Yeah, stuff like that, but I understand they're reusing stuff. This isn't the highest priority for them anymore, as, you know, Murder Drones has ended, and it's highly unlikely that they're doing a season 2. So I guess it's fine. It's not really practical, but it's not really mandatory, like, at all. But it's fine. I'm not against it. So, yeah, Glitch, if you want to put out more Murder Drones merchandise, be my guest. Sure. I guess this is... I guess you can keep feeding the community and keep kind of teasing a season 2, even though that's never gonna happen, with new merchandise. Sure. Go ahead. I don't care. I'm not gonna buy it, because I don't have money, and I don't want to waste it on money, on stuff that sometimes I can't even use, and I don't make for how to raise videos anymore, so I don't really have a use for the plushes. So apart from the Camper V plush, I might get that one. Bye.